Hello, welcome. My name is Julia Pearl, and this is our last of the Sunrise for Sunriders pilot program, pilot test for the Sunrise for Sunriders. You will notice the different background. So as I mentioned yesterday, which was Tuesday, that we were going to be doing a recording for today rather than the YouTube Live. So I am using my friendly Zoom that I am much more comfortable with than the YouTube Live. Also, I'm able to do the background and we can try this out and see what we think about this different virtual background. I'm going to share my screen so we can go into our class tonight. Well, it's tonight because I'm doing it tonight. I'm heading on a plane here in a little bit. I'm all packed and ready to go. All right, so the original intention of our Sunrise for Sunriders was to have movement, motivation, and accountability. And it would be twice a week, Tuesday, Thursday mornings, for those that are interested in the Sunrider food, as well as those who are interested in talking with other people about it because they've had great experiences with it themselves. So what I've learned a lot through the last 30 days, number one, I've learned a lot about the YouTube Live platform, and I've also learned through your excellent feedback. Thank you so much for those of you that have attended and those of you that have given me the feedback. I sincerely appreciate it. And also in my own meditation and connectedness that I have with my those whom I pray to, Jesus, God, thank you. I have found that it seems that the best thing to do is to actually have recordings. So rather than having a live session twice a week, this is going to transition into a library of recordings on the YouTube channel. So over the next week or two, I'm going to be kind of letting some of this percolate, and I will let you know what we end up deciding to do here and how that's going to look. The good news is if you like and subscribe to my channel, then when I do post the newest video, you will get a little notification that I have posted a video. So I would love for you to stay connected with that, and I would love to stay connected with you here. So let's talk about what we're going to do tonight. And that is, first, we're going to start with some seated desk exercises. I thought I would do something a little bit different. All the previous recordings have been standing, kind of motivation in the morning. We utilized the Pilates Magic Circle recently, but today we're going to do some seated desk exercises. Then I'm going to speak a little bit about the Pearl Wellness, similar to what I did yesterday, and then our Sunrider Wellness Solution, and then cheers to our Cali and Fortune and Nourishing New Plus. So here we go. Let's go ahead and move. I realize there's a little bit of limitation with the virtual background, but there's also good things about it too. So let's go ahead and get started. You're sitting in your chair. You can sit at kind of the front of your chair where you feel your feet flat on the floor, so your knees are directly over your heels. And then you're in kind of an L shape with your body. Let's roll out those shoulders. So this is something that you can do in the middle of the day. This can be something that you do in the morning. This could be something you do as a little break, or maybe at the evening at the end of your day. This is great for the remote workers. I'm one of them as well. My university position is remote, so I understand how sometimes we need to take a little break. Roll that out. Good. From here, I want you to lengthen nice and tall. So first, we're going to bring our shoulders up to our ears, squeeze the shoulder blades together, and then drop them down the back. So you feel this nice broadening through your chest. If you want to lean back in your chair, go ahead. We're just going to bring one ear to one shoulder, and you're getting a stretch along this side of the neck. You can even take the opposing hand and just kind of give a little stretch. Maybe even drop the chin towards the chest. And then gently bring that up. And we'll do the other side. So just a nice stretch. Maybe take that opposite hand. Breathe. And start slowing down the breathing. Good. Head up. Nice. Roll that out. Speaking of breathing, let's do 3 big deep breaths. We're going to inhale, bring those arms up overhead. And as we exhale, we bring them down. Breathe through the mouth. 2 more. Big inhale. And exhale. Last one, big inhale. And exhale. Like a soothing ocean wave, ocean breath. That's what we call that. We're going to place one hand on your chair, kind of holding onto your chair. Other hand is going to reach up in the air. Take a big inhale. As you exhale, we're going to stretch over. So you should feel that opposite sit bone in the floor. Feel that stretch along the side of your body. This feels so good on the spine. We're going to inhale, come up to center, reach, reach, reach. Grab the opposite side and stretch. Breathe. Good. One more each side. We inhale to lift and we exhale to stretch. We inhale to lift and we exhale to stretch. Oh, that feels so good on the side of the body, doesn't it? Good. Take a release. We're going to go into a gentle twist. Twists are really good for digestion. They're actually kind of energizing too. So again, if you're at your desk and you kind of just not able to stand up and move around, but just do a little quick rejuvenator. Lengthen through the sides of the waist. Take your one hand, you're going to reach it across to your opposite knee. Other hand is going to reach behind you on your chair. And then just take a twist and maybe look over your shoulder. Come through the center as you breathe in, lengthen tall, reach across, exhale, twist. This time we're going to lengthen on the inhale. When you go to the twist, try to look all the way into the corners of your eyes, all the way to the corners of your eyes. Come through the center, inhale. This is kind of like eye yoga. It is eye yoga, actually. Look over to the corners of the eyes. And back to center. It's really good to change up what we're doing with our eyes, because usually when we're working on the computer, we're kind of in a certain eye frame. So it's good for us to move our eyes around more than that. In fact, speaking of that, we're going to go ahead and do a great eye yoga sequence. So you can take a pen. I know it kind of loses in the virtual background, or you can just take your finger, okay? What we're going to do, if you have a pen, you can look at the writing on the pen. That can be helpful. We're going to trace the pen with our eyes. And again, this is a great way to give your eyes a stretching experience, okay? So that they're not just locked into that one point that we tend to have them in our computer screen. So you're going to watch the pen go up, and you don't move your head up. You keep your head straight and you're just looking up with your eyes. Look up as high as you can. And keep it in the frame, then you're going to look down. Good. Come to neutral. Look over to one side, corners of the eyes. And then we're going to follow that and look it over to the other side. Beautiful. Let's do that one more. I know this seems really simple, but it's super good for your eyes. This actually can help with eye strain, as well as sometimes the strain we have in the neck is actually associated with the ocular area, the eyes looking over to one side. We're going to slowly bring it across and look over to the corners of the eyes on the other side. Good job. Roll that out. Go ahead and take a neck roll, see if that helped to release anything. And we're doing half rolls on the neck, so we just go one way, half circle. Good. The other thing, if you've not heard of this, it's called the 20-20-20 rule. So when you're working at your desk on your computer, ideally every 20 minutes, you're going to take 20 seconds and you're going to look 20 feet away. So I have a window that's over that way. I'm at my desk right now. I look out the window for 20 seconds. Super important. Once again, we tend to be in our computer screen and we're only looking in a certain distance. And it's important for our eyes and for our mental health even to take a break, ideally every 20 minutes, and just look up and look out the window, or look somewhere that's at least 20 feet away. 20-20-20. 20-20-20, right? To help with your vision and to help with your eye strain. Can help with headaches and tension. Roll that out one more time with those shoulders. Let's go ahead and make little fists with our wrists, and we're going to circle that around. And we're working on the computer. This is a good thing to do in the middle of the day. Circle this around, go the other way. Now we're going to work through the fingers. So you bring your hands together, and then we bring the elbows up and just stretch. My knuckles just cracked, that felt good. So we're going to stretch. So you're trying to keep your fingers together, but your palms apart. Good. And then we're going to drop the other way. So you're going to pick your fingers together and try to stretch the top of your hands. This is amazing how much this actually helps when we've been typing on the computer a lot. Good. Let's do that one more time. So we stretch and stretch. Try to isolate out the fingers. So pinky all the way to the thumb. Pinky, ring finger, middle finger, pointer finger, thumb. Ooh, it's good for the brain. Can you do the other way? There you go. One more. Nice. Shake it out. That's it. That's it, guys. Just something simple and easy. We're going to do 3 more deep breaths. Big inhale. And exhale. Big inhale. And exhale. Last one. Inhale. And exhale. Release that out. Good. Thanks for joining me on that. We're going to go back to our PowerPoint. So I mentioned this on Tuesday, and I wanted to bring it up briefly again. You'll notice that this slide deck is actually very similar to yesterday's, because I wanted to kind of cover some of the same things, and just talk with you about how we're closing out this series. So here are the credentials I have listed here. And again, the reason why I list this, as I mentioned yesterday, is that it really is the foundation over the last 30 years that's helped me to create the Pearl Wellness program, Pearl Wellness Coaching, which I love doing one-on-one coaching with individuals as well as speaking. And I utilize a lot of the background that I've done over the years, teaching in higher education, as well as working with thousands of people and teaching over 25,000 hours of classes in the group fitness arena and training and coaching. So lots going on there. So in order to, or what I've learned over the years with that is I've created an acronym. So it's integrating these 5 components for creating overall wellness. And I like to utilize these when I'm working with those in my coaching practice. And we don't always focus on every single one of these. When we do a wellness wheel, we kind of determine what area people want to focus on. So purpose is very important, connecting in with that spirituality, whatever that is for you. Exercise, of course, as you know, super passionate about that. I love yoga, also love Pilates, love strength training, all of it. And I love to teach in those different areas, and a big proponent of those. Mindfulness and meditation, I also teach in that arena as well. It's super important when it comes to our wellness. And then for most of you here, you're listening because we've been talking about the Chinese herbal nutrition with the Sunrider foods, which is a big part of our holistic health, is looking at nutrition. We can't exercise out our diet. Our diet is very important to what we're eating. And I don't even like to say diet because I don't believe in them. It's more about how are we choosing to nourish our body with the foods that we ingest. Body, mind, and spirit. And mindful eating, by the way, is essentially important. And then loving kindness, self-compassion, and forgiveness, very key component that kind of pulls this all together. So those that I'm speaking to, or maybe that you're speaking to, if you're connecting with people about Sunrider or just for yourself, what we talked about on Tuesday, what we've been talking about through our whole series is that, you know, people are looking for more vitality. They're looking for better digestion because of that gut-brain axis, understanding the importance of when our digestion is struggling, it can actually impact our mood and our mind and our mental health. And when our mental health, you know, we're really stressed out, all of us have felt that when you're super stressed, it also impacts your digestion. So that's called the gut-brain axis. And it's the enteric nervous system and the central nervous system, and they communicate via the vagus nerve. And there's a lot of research on that. And so really doing Choosing nutrition and choosing different habits in our wellness routine, like meditation and mindfulness, can really help with digestion and mental health because they go hand in hand. Some people are really looking for more peace of mind. That's kind of our picture in the center there, calm and clarity. And then addiction, different types of addiction, whether it's food addiction, whether it's alcohol or drugs or smoking or pharmaceuticals, whatever it may be. One of the things I've found personally that I find is very helpful for me and those that I work with is the Sunrider foods are balancing the body from the inside out. And the New Plus in particular has all 5 colors, all 5 tastes. What that means is you're less likely to have cravings. So there's a lot of components that go into food choices, but from a physiological standpoint, not necessarily psychological, but physiological, working with getting foods that are really nourishing your body at the cellular level. It's amazing how that can help us with our cravings. We also find that those that are consuming a lot of foods out there, fast food, so forth, is very high in calories, calorie dense, but low in nutrition. So it's like being overfed and undernourished. So that's where a lot of the overeating comes from because we're not getting enough nutrition. And that's where Sunrider is so helpful. We touched on this a little bit. I'll mention on this, if somebody is really feeling fulfilled in their experience with Sunrider, they often naturally want to tell others. And that is a way that you can also have some side income. That's something that interests you in helping others with their health and well-being. Our nourishing and cleansing in particular creates balance in the body. And what I love about the concept of us like aligning this with the Sea of Galilee and the Dead Sea is that if we think of our cells, which make up our tissues, and our tissues make up our organs, and our organs make up our systems, and our systems run our body, if we know how to feed our cells at the cellular level, feed them and clean them, feed them and clean them, feed them and clean them, we can create an environment of flourishing wellness and health and abundant well-being. Very similar to when we have the Sea of Galilee, all this beautiful, it's lush, it's full of life, versus the Dead Sea, where you have stagnation in the body. That can be from the foods that we eat, that can be from the stress that we feel, which can create stagnation in your digestive system with cortisol, so forth. Anxiety, a lot of that can impact our digestion. Also different, why it's so important to move. When we have stagnation in our body, that's also another aspect we need to think about when we think of things not flourishing and growing. We got to move our body. When you're sitting at your desk for 8 hours, you got to stand up or do some of these moves, right? Most of us are aware of that, and it's more and more research is showing how important it is to move throughout our day. Nourishing, cleansing, and balancing. What I didn't mention on Tuesday and I wanted to bring up today, the Protein Plus. Totally loving this chocolate mint Protein Plus. It is so good. It tastes amazing. It has the New Plus in addition to extra protein. So it's like the New Plus Plus. And by the way, here's my travel bag. This is going in my carry-on. It's hard to see because of the way that the Zoom system works, but I've got all of my Sunrider food that's going with me in my carry-on. That is why this is the best travel food and the best food when we're on the go, right? I actually am going to bring the big tub. I know, crazy, but it makes sense. And but if I'm going and teaching classes, that New Plus is incredible. I can teach a yoga class, have a 30-minute turnaround, have a New Plus, nourish my body in a matter of, minutes, not to have all this digestion going on because the cell wall's been removed, and then have that incredible mental clarity and focus that you can get from when you have that complex carbohydrate. Because remember, our brain is fed by glucose. So we need to make sure that we're having that, having enough glycogen in our body to give us the energy that we need. So just our mental health, even if we're not teaching a physical class, if you have a break, let's say at 10 o'clock in the morning, and you had breakfast at 8, you're having lunch at noon, 10 a.m. is a great time to have that New Plus or have your Protein Plus. So many great ways to make it. And that's a whole nother class that I could see us actually having in the library on YouTube. Cleansing. So remember, we want to feed the cell and clean the cell. Our Kali, our beautiful Kali, feeds the brain, higher brain. No added caffeine, so we don't get any of the jittery aspects or any of the kind of negative effects of caffeine. But this formula, again, with our owner expertise, the formula is based on an ancient formula used by priests for meditation. So remember, over 5,000 years ago is where this Chinese philosophy really started, and it was passed down from Dr. Chen's grandfather. It's really incredible that we have access in our cup to ancient formulations, secret formulations. Really, it makes it so unique, that owner expertise. And then the proprietary process, that this is not just a tea bag, it's an herbal juice that's concentrated, Chinese herbal foods that have been basically juiced and then put onto carrier leaves. And here we go, we get to drink it. It's just an incredible formula. And I add that in with the fortune. Remember, fortune is more for the muscle, kind of hydrating the body, as well as flushing out the toxins and the fat in a very safe way, something you can consume on a daily basis. Our quinary, oh, beautiful quinary. We have over 50 herbs in the quinary, feeding all 5 major systems: immune, circulatory, endocrine, digestive, and respiratory system. Over 50 different food herbs, some of them emperor herbs, that are literally feeding your 5 major systems to help to create harmony and balance in your system. So we've got our nourishing, our cleansing, and our balancing, and that's part of our regeneration program. Or that is our regeneration program. Speaking of that, so I actually created a flyer, excited about this flyer. I attached it to the email that has this link, so you can look at it. I'd love for you to pass it along. We are doing this on Thursday, April 3rd from 6 to 8 p.m. at Dr. Seaton's Wellness Center. Please email me to register. That's JPearlWellnessCoach@gmail. That's JPearlWellnessCoach@gmail. But this, if you are receiving this email from me with the recording link, you will also have this flyer attached. If you're just watching the YouTube and you're in the Phoenix area, we would love to have you attend. There's actually no cost. We talked about it. There's no cost. We just need for you to register, because Dr. Seaton's going to make an incredible raw food meal for dinner. So not only are you going to be able to try the Sunrider Herbal Foods in the Nourish, Balance, Cleanse program, regeneration program, and learn about this incredible way to tap into the healing power of the Sunrider Regeneration Program, but you also are going to have this amazing meal that Dr. Seaton is going to make. That's a raw food meal. So when you email me, then I know that we are having enough food so that you have your dinner when you arrive. It's going to be such a fun night. And we do have a special surprise after as well. And I'll just give you a little hint. We have somebody that is incredible at singing and at music. So just know, after 8 o'clock, there might be some special music going on. More to come on that. So stay tuned on how we're progressing here in our Sunrise for Sunriders. It's been such an amazing experience. I thank each of you for being a part of it with me. Please like and subscribe at my channel, and you'll get updated when I have a new video that comes up. And like I said, over the next week or two, as I'm traveling, I'm going to be kind of letting some of this percolate through my meditation and writing and so forth, to get clear on how this is going to look. I've got a concept in mind, but I'm very excited for that to launch, so stay tuned with that. Let's go ahead and end with I just realized, I wonder if I was not sharing that whole time. I think I was. Okay, there we go. All right, we're going to end with our breathing. Technology, gotta love it. All right, roll out those shoulders. Take a big inhale, reach those arms up. And exhale. Hands to the heart center. I thank each of you for being a part of this pilot program. Thank you for your patience, for your communication and for our connection. I sincerely appreciate it. I'm excited about what we have happening here moving forward together. So may you have a wonderful rest of your day or evening, whatever time of day you're watching this. Breathe in love, light, and peace. Feeling grounded and connected, at the same time lengthening through the spine, visualizing the top of the head opening like a lotus flower, opening to receive insights, guidance, wisdom, clarity, and connectedness. Knowing that this still small voice, this intuition and guidance is there for us at all times, every day, all day, when we quiet our mind and listen. Thank you so much. Have a beautiful, beautiful rest of your day, week, evening, and I will see you very soon. Cheers to health. Thank you.